I'm Duhar Johari, and you are listening to the sixth episode of Few Minutes of Positivity podcast. First of all, I really hope you started applying what you learned in 2020 because, as you know, this year was a blessing for all of us, even for those who are still stuck with all bad memories because they lost their jobs, their loved ones, their houses, etc. Know that I'm sending you a lot of love, wherever you are in the world. So, let's start this new year by getting rid of this habit, caring too much about other people's opinions. You know, no matter what you do, people will talk. In psychology, people who tend to criticize or give uninvited opinions or views on any person are usually insecure people who haven't yet found a way to embrace with grace all that life created them to be. And psychologists say that these people talk not because they have something to say, but because they want to be heard. In other terms, their opinions come from a place of insecurity, because when you're busy living and loving your life, you have little or no time left to talk about what other people are doing. Let me ask you something. How many times you took a step back from doing something you like just because you are afraid of being judged or criticized? How many times did you allow people's opinions of you to distract you from living your life your way? I mean, it is entirely up to you how you deal with other people's opinions. It is your choice to ignore it or be offended by it. Nobody can hurt you with it unless you allow them to. But keep in mind that when you change your mindset and understand what I just said, you start seeing things differently. And your motto in this life will become, what other people think of me is none of my business. I'm so excited to answer the following question. Why others' opinions don't matter? Let's get started. The first reason is people will always find someone to talk about. It always starts with a let's have a coffee or let's try this new restaurant in town. And once they get there, they start talking about others instead of discussing ideas or talking about their own lives. And by the way, I'm talking about negative gossip. Yes, nowadays people are dividing gossip into two categories, positive and negative. Some people gossip for entertainment or to be the center of a conversation. Some gossip because they have no interest in finding out the truth, but the outcome is the same. A human being, one or more, is being discussed with judgment and usually some level of disparagement. Number 2, you will never please everyone with your decisions. No matter what decision you make, someone is going to be upset. You can't please everyone. Sometimes when we get judged negatively for a decision we made, we question whether or not we did the right thing. One question: why? To be honest, I still don't have the answer to that question. People don't know us, they don't know what we've been through, they don't know why we made that certain decision. We give them the opportunity to dictate how we feel though. Remember, what's good for someone else might not be good for you. The third reason is people see what they want to see. No matter how good of a person you are and no matter how kind you are to the people around you, there will always be someone who has a problem with you. The most important thing is be yourself. Number 4, don't take it personally. What we see in others is a reflection of ourselves. We come to understand ourselves best through our relationships with other people. We can only be triggered by something we have experienced ourselves. The traits we tend to dislike in others are usually the traits we do not like about ourselves. This calls to mind the analogy of pointing a blaming finger at someone. One finger is pointing at another person, and 3 are pointing back to ourselves. How can you take things personally when you understand that from other people's opinions of you, you don't discover who you are, you discover who they are? Here are the reasons why others' opinions don't really matter. Number 1, no matter what you do, people will talk. Number 2, you can't please everyone. Number 3, people see what they want to see. Number 4, what we see in others is a reflection of ourselves. Number 5, nobody can hurt you with their uninvited opinions unless you allow them to. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening. See you next week.